Good morning, everyone. While we're waiting for others to get in and get settled, now's a good time to grab anything you need to get comfortable. Maybe it's a glass of water or a hot cup of tea or coffee. Might even be a cozy sweater or a blankie. Also, if you have items at home and you'd like to smudge with us, now's a great time to grab these items as we begin to. Oh, here it is. Where's my little box? As we begin to ignite the healing within. Relatives, if you don't have smudge at home, that's okay. We'll send some cleansing, healing, and positive energy your way. It's another day. It's a different sunrise. Another phase of the moon. This is our opportunity to start over, start fresh, set our intentions for the day. Tomorrow's Friday already. Can you believe it? Aloha kakahiaka. Hello and good morning. My name is Malia and I'm a community healer at the HIR Wellness Institute. We are a nonprofit organization that focuses on the mental health and wellness of our relatives of Turtle Island, as well as other Indigenous and underserved communities, and also victims of crime. You can join us here every Monday through Friday at 8 a.m., where we will always breathe, stretch, explore ways of integrating self-care and wellness into our daily lives, and we will always honor our cultural traditions, our customs, our ancestry, our strength, and our resilience. So thank you so much for being here with us today, relatives. I'd like to take a moment to just say hello, everyone. How are you doing? And let's do a check-in. How are you doing today, relatives? Now, when I ask how you're doing, we always encourage you to respond if you want to. You can comment, but you don't have to. But do take a moment to scan your body. Sometimes it helps if you close your eyes and just take a scan from head to toe. Are there areas in your body that you may be feeling some discomfort or tension? Pay attention to your jaw or your temple. Maybe your shoulders are feeling tight. How's your tummy feeling? Or are you feeling any discomfort in your lower back or your knees? Are there any emotions that may be laying heavy in your heart? Or are there any thoughts that have been kind of circling around in your mind? Maybe they kept you up a little late at last night. I don't know if you heard that noise, but my cat was on the table, which she should not be. She's a kitten, and she just fell off the table. How I'm feeling today, I am tired. I was working till really late last night at the Cultural Arts Center that I operate. um, and so I am tired, but I feel good today otherwise. I will be eating some chocolate today. That will be one of my self-care actions today, so I'm looking forward to that. But I'm doing good. And I want to take a moment to talk to our relatives who might not be doing okay today. Relatives out there, I hope you're doing awesome. I hope it's a great day for you. Tomorrow's Friday. But for those of our relatives out there who aren't doing okay today, I will remind you every time that we meet that it's okay not to be okay. But if you're not doing all right, there's some things that we can do. I found for me that one of the most helpful things that we can do is to practice what our CEO and founder, Leah Denny, has coined and developed as community activated medicine. That means that the people are the medicine. Right here, right now, in fact, we're participating in community activated medicine. And in this circle of care, we can lean into each other. We can talk about it. We can reflect and we can support each other. And if community activated medicine means that the people are the medicine, that means you have within yourself the own ability to do your own part of your healing. So if you're not doing okay today, relatives, this is a good place to start. If you're not doing okay, there's infinite things that we can do that seem like small steps, that seem seemingly small, okay? You can deep breathe. You can take a nap, maybe, hopefully you can if you're tired. But if not, have a cup of tea. Say some positive things to yourself. And also, if you're not doing okay today, you can write it down. And I especially, too, what I think works for me and what can work for others is you can reach out to someone that you trust that you can talk to. Maybe it's a family member. Maybe it's a friend. It might even be a coworker that you really trust. And you can also call the Cares Warm line. It's open every Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. You can call or text, and within 24 hours, you'll get a response back from one of our Cares Warm counselors. Our Cares counselors, I know them all personally, and they are passionate about walking alongside you. You can lean into them on this journey of wellness and self-care. You can talk to them about what's on your mind. Maybe you're feeling sad, mad. Maybe you're feeling anxious. Or maybe you don't even know what it is exactly you're feeling, but you know you're feeling some sort of way and you want to talk it out. Our Cares counselors will listen to you with respect, no stigma. You will be heard. And not only can they provide you with that emotional support, but they can also connect you to resources that may be helpful to you. Relatives, there are resources out there for lots of things: advocacy, shelter, and many, many more. So just know, relatives, that you are not alone. We're here for you. So I am having trouble, I believe I'm having trouble seeing comments. This seldom happens, but it's happening right now. So anyways, I don't know if comments are going to pop up eventually, but I want to let you know that I am going to just send out all my love to you. I hope you're all well out there. I imagine that our moderator is here. And if our moderator is here, that is Odessa. She's outstanding. She is one of our counselors. She is absolutely wonderful. A lot of insight there. So do feel free to comment, relatives, because she can be there to support you. That's pretty much, just think of it this way. At the HIR Wellness Institute, we do have lots of different roles there, lots of different people who are there to serve you in many different ways. And as a community healer, that's what my title is. I'm also a community advocate. I can explain to you a little bit more what these roles are and how we can help you. So my focus, my healing, I guess, modality, you would say, is to help people understand community activated medicine and help to facilitate that. So, if community activated medicine means that the people are the medicine, my role is really to help you um, be able to talk about it, to help you know that if the people are the medicine and that you also are the medicine, that you have your own ability to do your part of your healing. For me, in many ways, I like to help people find healing through natural medicines, connecting through culture, through movement, through breathing, through techniques and wellness that really can be helpful throughout the day. So really integrative ways to really like tangible things that you can do throughout the day. Also, the HIR Wellness Institute does have CARES counselors like Odessa. Our CARES counselors, we have interns and we also have licensed therapists. Um, our CARES counselors help to process things, to process your emotions, to help you define your own goals and your own objectives on your own healing path. We also have occupational therapists. Occupational therapy, Claudia, if you're there, please do give us a better description or a detailed, not detailed, but give us a summary from your perspective of what that is. But occupational therapists, from my perspective, really help with the mind-body connection. Um, what is our response? How is our brain processing? How are we reacting to that in daily life in a physical way? Um, we have um, oh my gosh, we just have so much healing. We have programs like our trauma informed yoga. We have um, social groups. And what I mean by that is we have our elders book club. The books that we read in elders book club they're outstanding, outstanding books. They are Indigenous books. They're beautiful. We have Daughters of Tradition. Daughters of Tradition is really preparing our girls to be the next generation of healers, to to show our girls ways of healing, ways of supporting each other. Um, all of these programs that I'm talking about are completely free. Our founder and CEO, Leah Denny, she is an Indigenous woman. She is a Native Hawaiian woman like myself. Her son is Oneida. Her daughter is Oneida. And her goal was to always make sure that healing would never cost anything. And so all of these programs that I talk about, and now think about it, we're coming to the end of the year, relatives. We're 21 days away from the new year. These programs, um, they change with the seasons, and by that I mean they're scheduled with the seasons. So next year is right around the corner. We have our Elders Book Club that starts at the beginning of January. Our Daughters of Tradition is shortly thereafter. And we always have lots of programs going on throughout the year. Even if you just hop onto this HIR Wellness Institute Facebook page, you will always pick a video. At this point, I imagine there's hundreds, if not thousands, of videos of so many different healers here. Jamie Kellycutt, who does um, she used to do Fridays. Jamie is our Community Engagement and Indigenous Affairs Director. She is Lakuta Ray Ojibwe, and she is one of the most beautiful souls I've ever met. Jo McKenzie, she is an enrolled Ho-Chunk tribal member. She is an amazing artist. She does Zentangle. Kristen, I mean, it goes on and on. We also We'll have our program schedules coming up in the next few weeks, so keep your eye out for that for the new year as well. But I want to let you know, relatives, that healing doesn't always have to be complicated. Sometimes healing can truly involve just being kind to yourself. Taking a look in the mirror and instead of picking yourself apart, say some positive things. We are resilient people. We are strong people. And just remember that when you honor yourself, when you say kind things to yourself, when you practice radical compassion towards yourself, it is healing. And for many of us as Indigenous people, and truly, no matter what color of the rainbow you are, no matter what tribe or chiefdom or clan or geographic location, we all have our trauma. And for some of us, the trauma is historical, it's generational. And so when we are kind to ourselves, when we are healing towards ourselves, we are helping to heal pain that may have lasted for centuries. We can break that cycle of trauma. We can do that by being kind towards ourselves, by being loving towards ourselves, by nurturing ourselves, by seeing the beauty in who we are, and honoring what the Creator has given us in our own skills, our own talents, our own gifts, our own beauty. All right, relatives. So this week, we've been practicing actually a technique that I really enjoy. Every week, we do a different breathing technique. And this one is what I've heard as, I've seen it called a couple of things, but I like the word focus breathing. So deep breathing does help to slow down the heart rate. If your mind is circling around in that rabbit hole, it can help to really center us and ground us. And when we're grounded and centered, our overactive mind gets a chance to relax. As Western people, our minds drive way too much. So when we deep breathe, as we become grounded and centered, that connects us to our heart space. And whereas the mind functions with words, our heart, the language of our heart, is the language of emotion. And when we connect to our heart that way, when we connect to those emotions, in that stillness, in that quietness, that is where spirit is. It's healing to be in a place where the mind can stop. It's healing to be in the heart space. And in that space, that's where we can expand in light. That's where we experience love. It's where we can experience joy and connection. In that light, we connect to spirit. And as we connect that way, it's a beautiful feeling. It's healing, and it also allows that mind to take a break. So when we do the focus breathing, I want you to choose one word. What's one word for your relatives that you want to experience today? Perhaps that word is joy. Perhaps that word is peace. Maybe it's self-love. Maybe it's strength. Maybe it's gratitude. The word you choose is for you. And as we breathe in, we're going to gently breathe in through the nose and allow that word to come in with us, to come into us with healing energy. And if there's any feelings or emotions or things that are there that need to be released, when we exhale through the mouth, you can let it go. Are you ready, relatives? You got that word? Here we go. Deep inhale. And exhale through the mouth. Deep inhale, bring in that word. And exhale. Deep inhale. And exhale. Deep inhale. And exhale. Deep inhale. And exhale. Let's continue to breathe. We're going to stretch as we breathe now. I'm going to start with my shoulders. And relatives, you can stretch however you like. It's up to you. Maybe you want to stand. Maybe you need that stretch in your legs. I like to start with the shoulders because we hold a lot of tension here. Do you have are your shoulders up to your ears most days? That means we got to stretch them. Let's release it. Take a deep inhale, extending those arms out. If you yawn, it's okay. Bring that arm across. Oh, I needed that shoulder stretch. We're going to stretch the shoulder and upper back here. You can roll the wrist if you like. Deep inhale. Stretching out. Remember, relatives, these are guidelines. Whatever feels right for you is exactly what you can and should do. So listen to your body. Deep inhale. We're going to extend that arm out in front of us, pushing down gently on the fingertips, stretching the wrist and forearms. If you don't like that, you can roll your wrist here. Sometimes a stretch can be a little much. I personally think it feels great, but no worries if it doesn't. Just pick something else. Deep inhale. We're going to clasp those fingers. Exhale, palms out and up towards the ceiling. I love this stretch too. We're going to just bend gently from side to center and then the other side to center. You might hear some little crackles or snaps or pops. I do when I do this stretch. Usually it's okay as long as it feels okay. But if it doesn't feel right, again, pick another stretch. We're going to go ahead and bend the elbow. And relatives, if you're just joining us, I have no idea why. I don't understand, but I am not seeing comments right now. I want you to know that our CARES counselor, Odessa, I imagine she's here. I also cannot see her comments, but Odessa is amazing. Claudia might be here as well. So feel free to have a conversation, comment, ask questions, talk to each other, and support each other. I'm stretching my neck from side to center. Now I'm going to double tap my ear towards the shoulder on each side, nice and gentle. We can hold a lot of tension in the shoulders and neck, so I always make sure that every day I get in a little stretch there. And then we're going to roll our chin from shoulder to shoulder. Nice and gentle here too. We really want to protect our necks. One more on each side. And then we're going to look down gently towards our lap and up towards the ceiling. Two more. Down towards our lap. Up. And final one. How'd that feel, relatives? I hope it felt good. It's been a strange year, hasn't it? Strange year. It's almost over. And New Year's Day isn't necessarily going to flip a switch. But I want to talk about the lunar phase that we're in today and how we can sort of start thinking about what it is we need and what it is we want to do to move forward. So every time that we meet, I love to share the lunar phase that we're in according to my ancestral teachings known as Keala Okamahina, or the Native Hawaiian traditional lunar calendar and the pathway of the moon. We believe that there's a different moon for every day of the month. And the reason that I share this with you is because culture is medicine, relatives. And I'm not saying my culture is the know all be all. It is not. There's a reason the creator gave us different colors, different locations, different spiritual beliefs, different customs, different dances. The diversity is beautiful. So if you ever want to share your cultural teachings, um, your ancestral knowledge, any of that, we embrace that here. Culture is medicine. And for those of us who grew up immersed in our culture, we know this. And for those of our relatives out there, if you didn't grow up with your ancestral teachings or your cultural knowledge, I want you to know that it's okay. It's okay. At any point in life, we have elders in our elders book clubs who were unable to learn about their culture until just now. They're in their 70s and just learning about their culture. It's never too late. So I encourage you, relatives, seek it out. Understand the beauty of your ancestors. Read some books. Google some stuff. Talk to your relatives. Talk to your elders. So that's why I share the moon phase that we're in. I love to share it because this is a way that I connect to spirit through my culture. And if it resonates for you in any way, great. And if it doesn't, that's okay. No worries. Today the moon is in Kane. And let me talk about that. So today and tomorrow, we have Kane and then Lono. So the moons really do revolve around, in our tradition, the conditions of fishing and the conditions of planting. Really, my ancestors looked to the moon as a way to tell them, all right, what do we need to do today for our survival to thrive? Um, and interestingly, today is not a day for fishing and it's not a day for planting. Neither of these things are recommended. Now, I want to talk a little bit more about Kane. Kane is one of our four major Hawaiian gods. Now, as Hawaiians, is our ancient beliefs, and even for many of us now, we believe in gods and goddesses. We also believe in the all-knowing creator. Um, But we also believe in the power of gods, goddesses, deities, or kupua, lesser gods and goddesses. But Kane was one of the major ones. And Kane was actually in the image of man, in the image of human beings. That is how Kane can appear. And also Kane was a bringer of fire. And think about that. I think that's so beautiful. As human beings, right? Our ancestors, I always think about prior to electricity, when the sun goes down, think about the impact that had on us. And to be able to make fire, to be able to prepare food. This is Kane. And so when we're in this moon today, if we're not fishing and we're not planting, what is it can we do? And we're actually at the end of the lunar phase. By the time we hit Sunday, we're going to have the new moon phase, and on Monday we start the cycle over again. So these next 4 days throughout this weekend, this is a perfect time. Like, what can you do with this if I'm not a fisherman, if I'm not a gardener, or if I'm not supposed to fish and I'm not supposed to garden? What can I do? This is the perfect time today to honor and reflect on the relationships that we have in our lives. Take a moment to reflect on and have gratitude for those who are there for you, for those who love you, those people that you know you can lean into. And relatives, if you're like, yeah, I don't know, I'm on my own. If you feel independent or you feel like maybe you don't necessarily have those people out there, remember you can call the Cares Warm line. But I also want you to know too that you can honor yourself. We always should, I believe personally, that it's really important on our healing journey to honor who we are, to honor the love that we have for ourselves. And if you're struggling with that, relatives, I understand. I understand. But that doesn't mean that we shouldn't try. That doesn't mean that maybe you might be struggling, feeling confident, but allow yourself to recognize your gifts. I always encourage relatives here. Say it on our comments section. Don't worry about being prideful. Because to honor yourself is good medicine. And when we are on the moon Kane today in the image of man, allow yourself to reflect. Allow yourself to be okay with who you are, warts and all. Because all of us have our perfections and we all have our imperfections. I remember watching a doctor speak on the negative things that we say to ourselves in a day. Around 12 to 1400 negative things we say to ourselves every single day. That's almost 500,000 negative things we say to ourselves every year. That's about 40,000 negative things we say to ourselves every month. And can you imagine if you were saying those things to someone that you loved? Think if you were saying that much negativity to someone you love, what would it do to them? So to me, being humble is to recognize that we do need to give ourselves more love. I encourage you, relatives, allow yourself to know truly who you are and where you're at, and allow yourselves to say those kind things. I'll give you an example. I also want to say too, it can be physical. To me, saying something, complimenting yourself about some of your physicality, to me, that's an act of not only self-care and self-love, but also social justice. Truly, because when you think about the commercials we watch. Think about what's portrayed in the media. Think about what pops up on your Facebook feed. Is your Facebook telling you need to wear Spanx? Is your Facebook telling you need a certain type of clothing to minimize or maximize who you are? Are the commercials telling you that you need makeup? That you need to look younger? Or maybe they're telling you need to look older? Maybe you need to look sexier? Think about all these negative images that we're bombarded with on the radio, on our social media, on television. And these things do contribute to our self-image and our self-esteem. So to me, it is an act of social justice to say, you know what? No, I am beautiful. I might not look exactly like this image that you're portraying that I'm supposed to be, but I love my smile. I love my eyes. I love my legs. They walk me where I need to go. I'm so grateful that I have hands. I love my hair. Whatever it is. Don't be ashamed to love that. Because with the 500,000 things that run through our minds literally every year, that makes us feel like we're not enough, that makes us feel like we're not worthy of being seen, or that makes us feel like we need to hide who we are, we're in the moon kane. We're ending this cycle, the lunar cycle, this Sunday. This is a great time to reflect. And as we're about 21 days, literally 21 days from the new year, so 3 weeks away, in these moons, today and through the weekend, allow yourself fearlessly to imagine what it is that you want and what it is that you need. What is next year going to look like for you? No, it's not going to be a magical switch. But allow yourself to even think of it. Because the thought to me is the seed. The seed can stay dormant here, here, here. Can stay dormant just like real seeds do for years and years and years, decades, longer. The thought of it is the seed. It's putting it in the soil. Plant that seed. We can water it, nurture it with action. You can do that on your time, relatives. So allow yourself, whatever it is that you want or need, dream it, think of it, plan it. And these are the perfect moons for the weekend, is to reflect on what it is and what we need to move forward in our path and journey of wellness, self-care, mental health, which is synchronous with our path and journey of life. And I want you to know, relatives, that path, that journey, you're in control. You're in charge. It's your choice. And whatever it is you want, whatever it is you need, that's exactly it. Truly. So before we go, I also want to say to relatives, we'll do some positive affirmations, but for some reason today, I don't like when this happens. It really bugs me, but I can't see comments. However, I do imagine that some of our HIR Wellness team members are here and they are able to talk to you, communicate with you. They're amazing. So do feel free to comment. Talk to each other, relatives. Community activated medicine. We lean into each other. Today, I woke up really tired. I went to bed really late last night. We worked really late last night at the Cultural Arts Center that I also work at. So I did look up positive affirmations for renewal and exhaustion. This pops up on Pinterest, and I think this is there's some simple affirmations here. I always encourage you to Google affirmations for what you need. You wake up, you're exhausted. Google affirmations for exhaustion. You wake up and you're mad. Google positive affirmations for anger. And the list goes on. If you want peace, Google affirmations for peace. I love this one. And remember this day, relatives, particularly we're in these moons for the next few days. It is a time of reflection and setting our intentions on how we're going to move forward in the next lunar phase that starts on Monday. I am a powerful creator. Say it in your mind, say it out loud. I am a powerful creator. I know it doesn't always seem that way, but our path and journey, it is our own. It is our choice. We do not choose the cards that we've been dealt, but we choose how we play them. You are the captain. You are the driver. You are in control. You are in charge. And to our relatives out there where you may just feel like you're not, you don't feel like you have the control. You feel like there's too many obstacles and boulders and situations. And that's true. We may not be able to control everything that happens around us, but we do have the choice of how we're going to respond. You are a powerful creator. And allow yourself to imagine whatever it is that you want and need. Be afraid not to visualize what it is that you truly want. No one can take that away from you. And so our next affirmation is, I create the life I want and enjoy it. I'm going to say it again, relatives. Feel free to say it with me or think it with me. I create the life I want and enjoy it. And I honestly think it first starts here. Go into your deep breathing because it lets the mind still. And there you can connect to heart, your emotions. And your heart, listen to your heart. What does your heart need? What do you need? And then you know what? Write it down. What do you want? What do you need? Imagine it. What do you want? What do you need? What makes you happy? And let that guide you for your next step in your wellness journey. I create the life I want and enjoy it. And I'll leave with this last simple statement, which is very powerful. I have unlimited power. I have unlimited power. Relatives, you are powerful, and I know this for a fact. Not just because you're a human being, but you are a testament to the strength and resilience of all of your ancestors who came before you. You are quite literally the culmination of their beauty, of their survival, of their resilience, of their brilliance. You are powerful. You were born that way. You are one in over 7 billion people. That's how powerful you are, the uniqueness of who you are, the uniqueness of what you need. You were born with mind, body, and spirit. These are powerful ways to experience our existence and to experience who you are. Allow yourself to love and honor every part of that. Be afraid not to honor your physicalities. Be afraid not to honor your beauty. Be afraid not to respect and give praise and thanks to your heart, to your mind, to your spirit, to your quirks, to the things that make you not normal. You have unlimited power. I want to say mahalo nui loa. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, relatives. Malama ponoi kokino. Take good, righteous care of your body, your mind, your heart, and your spirit. Aloha nui, huge love to you all out there, relatives. Sending you so much love. You deserve it. We all do. Before we go, I'm thinking, even though I can't see the comments, that there is a community survey linked to this video. If not, it's linked on our Facebook page. It's completely anonymous. It asks just a few questions. And it's how we're able to keep our services completely free of charge. And it also helps us to better understand how to serve you, relatives. That is our passion. We're here for you, to walk alongside you on your path and journey of self-care, wellness, and mental health. Ahui ho'akuno. Have a great day, everyone. We'll see you later. And aloha.